This right here is sacred ground for our people.
Right.
Right? And this right here help make America. Okay? So I really think this piece right here do not block this. This is like our flag.
Okay.
This is like the truth.
So we're going to stand to the sides of it?
Yeah, we need to stand to the side.
Okay.
Because that is the truth. And that tells a story. That tells a story like nobody else could tell. That tells a story way before us. That tells a story from 1619. It's no joke. This is real.
Nico, do you want them on the left or the right?
It's fine, doesn't matter.
Whichever?
Yeah,
I guess
matter.
everybody...
I think everybody on that side, right?
I think everybody pop over on this side. That'll work the best.
Yeah, because I was like, if we put them in front, they're not going to see it.
Right, and and something we want to put out to the people, to the country, that this is real.
Let me just make sure your Facebook Live is still framed up well.
It's already live too, so.
My phone is on silent. That's awkward. Everybody's phone's on silent. Right.
Like that.
We just have a... I hope I don't look too evil, but...
I'm rolling. I just got to run and get something to the car, but I'm safe.
Okay, I'm just waiting for Nico. I don't want to start before him.
By any means necessary. It's a serious matter.
Sorry, Brett, 1 second.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Nice day.
It is.
I don't come up here enough.
You surely don't.
I knew that was coming.
You asked for it.
I know. I like to tee up myself.
Check. All right, I'm good to go.
Good to go?
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you wanted to start. Did you want to start off first by saying, well, let's make sure we have your names. So can you guys all identify yourselves? Please.
Aubrey Jafari Jones.
Jackie Horton.
Gordon.
Earl Lewis Jr.
Jones? Junior. So you're with 757 Black Lives Matter. So let's walk us through your assessment of last evening's protest.
Well, last evening's protest was an attempt to have a peaceful stance in solidarity with what's going on in our nation right now with police brutality. It was going according to plan until certain instigations happened and it upset the people. We were able to, like I said, successfully assemble peacefully up until pretty much the portion where we were turning right, I believe on 5th and Pacific, and then we were in one intersection, and then the police car, for some reason or another, pretty much ran and drove and moved through the crowd, and just actually hit a pregnant lady. After that point, tensions and emotions ran a little high to see the police car rev their engine and literally go through a crowd, kind of similar to what's going on to what happened in Charlottesville. After that, we made our way back to the oceanfront, got back on course to a degree. We were peacefully sitting down, peacefully kneeling, nothing bad was occurring. And then there was an instance where we had attempted to have the police kneel with us, as has been going on across other nations, and chiefs of police have been marching and understanding our frustrations. And then we were told for several minutes that they would be taking a knee with us. I even asked for the megaphone so I could announce to the large crowd, hey, we're going to be taking a knee for, if not 9 seconds, 9 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and head out. During this time, as we were coordinating this with the Virginia Beach Police, all of a sudden we see a SWAT attire or a SWAT team coming to attempt to flank us, and that got the emotions of everybody riled up because we felt as if we were being hoodwinked. They were saying that they were trying to be peaceful and trying to be in solidarity with us, and then set up to bring a tank and armored vehicle and then begin to pepper spray and pepper bomb us, and that's when people let their emotions have their way.
What did you do at that time?
At that time, the entire time, I was trying to keep peace. I was trying to make sure nobody had their rights violated. But, after 400 years of oppression, there's been so much you can tell somebody. You can't tell somebody how to grieve. You can't tell somebody how to react. We attempted to do it the right way and their way, but like I said, we were still attempting to keep it peace, still attempting to get people to their vehicles. But when you're choking on pepper spray, when you're choking on pepper bomb, when you're thinking about 400 years, when you're thinking about even where we are right now, our ancestors being brought here unwillingly, and put America on his back with blood, sweat, and literal tears, what can you tell him?
Jafari, what's your reaction to last night and how things eventually started one way, ended another way? What was your reaction leaving Virginia Beach last night? Talk a little louder for me too, since I'm back here.
The reaction with that is, you see how the reaction went here with law enforcement, how the interactions go. You saw the interaction with the cooperation of Norfolk police, and then you saw what happens in other cities where riots take place, where the police come and try to show force. So with that, it's all in how the police handle the situation, if they're understanding and things of that nature. A lot of times things don't go that far, but when your police is known to be racist, like Virginia Beach police, have known to be harassing black and brown, like Virginia Beach police, there are no black and brown businesses on the Virginia Beach Oceanfront, you start to see a narrative and you start to see things more clearly.
I'm sure you've seen tweets, posts, Facebook posts, whatever, about from individuals who say, man, look what Black Lives Matter 757 did. They brought destruction, and you see those posts. Just what is your take when you see people say, when you hear people and see people writing those posts and you hear people saying that?
We would just like to let everybody know that we did not, we were infiltrated, and there were individuals and outsiders and out-of-towners who may have participated in things, but we as a whole did not. It was on our Instagram, our Facebook Live the entire time. You can hear us trying to coordinate and keep things peaceful, and it was outsiders and things of that nature. It was not us. And I think people, the public, from the reactions we're seeing, saw the same. They heard the police scanners. They heard how the police were laughing and joking, calling us fans, and how they were orchestrating and laughing in our face when we were trying to stand in solidarity. So I think the people know.
Are you disappointed in how it turned out?
Disappointed in Virginia Beach police, yes.
Are you also disappointed in those that showed up with rocks?
I mean, we don't tell people how to express themselves.
Excuse me. My name is Earl Lewis. I'm actually the cousin of William Chapman that got killed in Portsmouth, Virginia. And when William got killed, it was a heartbreaking situation. Anytime a man can shoot a man in the head and the heart, in the morning, and like it was a nothing, second kill, you must understand that our people have been going through a whole lot. That's number one. Number two, let's call a spade a spade. If we had handled things the correct way, okay, when that man put his knee on another man's neck on TV, and these kids seen that for themselves. They've never been shot like this before. So you must understand, it started there. That fight started there. Once we seen that, what are we supposed to do? Now, with that being said, all they had to do was just indict 4 police officers and not one. I know what it's like to receive justice in Virginia, and we received justice, and there was no violence. And William got shot in the head and in the heart, and nobody tore down nothing, but we got justice. All they had to do was convict 4 police officers. That family is still going through it. But what you have seen is what? One family. We have thousands of cases like that. So therefore, we as a people in Virginia has been very light in handling this situation. You are complaining about property. We are talking about life that was lost, a human being. And it wasn't a black thing or white thing or people that's out there. It's diversity. It's the nation speaking, because they realized it was a human being that died right in front of their eyes. This generation is just reacting. And not only that, leadership. And having leadership, they wouldn't be what they had today. There was no leadership. The president of the United States should have spoke up and let us know, hey, how are we going to handle this? That didn't happen. So we are going through it in 50 states. If 50 states are speaking out, there is something wrong. There is something wrong. So we are talking about property? No, sir. When William got shot, he got shot in the head and the heart. And we did not protest, and we did not, to the point, get violent with it. No, we did not. In 2015. So how can you come back in 2020 and do the same thing? There is no way. We should be here. All the Department of Justice had to do was speak out. Indict them 4 cops. All the Attorney General of the United States of America had to do was speak out and indict. So their feelings about rioting, we understand that. Those are few people, but understand too. Since February, them same people you are talking about, black, white, Puerto Rican, and all, basically been broken. This country has been broken. We did not wreck this country. this country wrecked itself. So therefore, if you basically want to throw a negative our way, no. Looting is wrong, stealing is wrong. But also you must understand, the people that probably looting and stealing are hungry. They have nothing. They have no jobs. So if you want to basically critique someone, we need to critique the whole United States of America. Stand down. Everybody stand down. The police department already knew about police brutality. And because nobody stood up in 2015 and decided that we needed to make better policy, training decision, because we didn't make national news. But anytime a man can get shot in the heart and get shot in the head in broad daylight, and me as a veteran willing to die for my country every day, no, something is wrong.
Speaking of protocol, we would have to go back to Virginia Beach, and we have to mention this young lady's name, India Kager, who was assassinated by the Virginia Beach SWAT team in the car with her child in the back seat. Let's speak on that in Virginia Beach. So it's not only, it wasn't just what was going on. Virginia Beach has a track record for this. So we can get back to where we were with it. Just if you just think of Virginia Beach in itself, the world doesn't know about India Kager because Virginia didn't stand up like it should have. Now the world needs to know about India Kager. Now the world needs to know about William Chapman. Now the world needs to know about David Latham, Isaiah Swift. So with that being said,
What's next? Do we have another demonstration protest this week? Any of this week?
as of right now, things are tentative. We will be keeping everybody posted.
Tomorrow we will be at the Confederate Monument at 757. We will be continuing on. We will keep moving forward. We will keep fighting. As you guys saw yesterday, it was not pretty at the oceanfront. Things went really bad. I was batoned by a police officer. I was pepper sprayed in the face, and it was not a great experience. But it was worth it, and I would do it all again, because no justice, no peace. There will be no peace until there is justice. And people are upset. We're angry. We're tired. And it's just, we need change. At the end of the day, people care more about those stores and those businesses than they care about Black lives. And that's the problem. Like, if we cared as much about those businesses and the looting and all of those things as we care about Black lives, then we wouldn't even be here today. But who taught us how to loot? Looting is a part of our history. This isn't something we just randomly started doing today. This has been going on for years. And so I just think it's important that people see us for who we are. They hear us. They know our names. They know their names. And they recognize that this isn't going away. This is something that we have to continue to fight. And if we don't fight, there will be no change. But this is a revolution. People are angry. As he said, we saw this man die from start to finish on the news. We saw him take his very last breaths. We saw him lose consciousness. We saw him begging for his mother, who had been dead for over a year. So we are tired. We are angry. We are upset. And we are afraid. We should not have to walk outside and be afraid of what will happen from day to day. So I think that there needs to be a lot more accountability with these police officers. They need to stop bringing police officers from one station in New York and bringing them down here because they get fired. If somebody's fired from a police station, let them go. They shouldn't be able to go and get employment elsewhere, because that's what happens. They come and get employment, and then they have all these other charges. That murderer of George Floyd, who had his knee on his neck, he had so many cases against him, but no one fired him. He was able to keep his job.
And this is one of the things that we are doing all this to make sure happens. All the chiefs of police will be having letters from us soon saying they do need to have a citizens review board, and if there is some type of cop like that that's able to leave from an area where they had disciplinary actions to go to another area, that should be on their resume, and the citizens should actually have to vote on if they want this individual on the police force in their city or not to be out here protecting their streets. Because it's too long we've been leaving ourselves at the hands of the law. They have to do an internal investigation. We need to be the internal. We pay our taxes. We're the ones to make sure they are employed. So we need to have a say in what goes on.
All right, we need to get a few things on the record here. So, one, the tweet about the oceanfront businesses. What is that about?
That is more so, like I said, we will attempt to, if there are any struggling businesses that would maybe need some assistance, then we are putting together some type of formulation. Like I said, we don't appreciate what's been going on, but at the same time, we do have compassion as well.
So should it be taken as an apology if you're doing that?
Absolutely not.
What should it be taken as?
It should be taken as a kind gesture.
Also, would you say Black Lives Matters against those that aren't really really don't care about Black Lives Matter and are there just to create destruction? Would you say you're against that?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We are not here to just break things down. We're not just here to loot. And it's so funny because last night, a lot of the people that were breaking into businesses, a lot of the people that were doing the damages, setting fires, they were white people.
Absolutely.
They were not black people. When you saw those stores get busted into, those were white boys with the trash cans. Those were white boys with trash cans throwing them into buildings. So it wasn't black people breaking into these buildings, stealing merchandise, setting it on fire. These were white allies doing this. Whether they're, and maybe they're not even allies. Maybe they just wanted some free stuff.
Maybe they're infiltrated.
Maybe they're infiltrators. We don't know.
And
No, but at the end of the day, we definitely don't support, hey, you know, we're not trying to destroy people's lives or their livelihood, but we do, hey, we have to send a message by any means necessary.
And we have to speak on the truck that attempted to mow us down. The red truck, it was reported that we were attacking them. No, this individual revved his engine far from us, and
50 miles per hour.
We alerted everybody, because it was a very loud engine. We told everybody to clear and move out, and then that's when he came towards us. So Rev came towards us, screaming all types of things that he should not be, and running through us. That's what individuals trying to defend themselves.
And the cops were warned that they had a machete, and the cops gave them a thumbs up and did not do anything, did not stop them. That man was not apprehended. No police officers chased him down the street while he tried to mow hundreds and hundreds of people down.
And
the cops did nothing. There were children, there were pregnant people, there were teenagers, there were young adults. No one did anything about that red vehicle, the red pickup truck that tried to mow people down on yesterday. So do our lives really matter if cops are right there and they're not protecting us?
The pickup truck owner has told one of our other reporters he felt he was being attacked, and he was just down there to celebrate his birthday. I'm just telling you what he's told us.
Well, that's a great explanation, but if you're running down the street and you're yelling racial slogans to people and you see that there's a protest, then obviously you want trouble. If you're coming down the street yelling slurs out, of course people are going to get upset. This is a protest. It's very clear what we're doing. You shouldn't even have been on the street, but you were. So, no, that's not the case, but
we were letting people pass as well.
Mm-hmm.
There were individuals that were coming. If they were trying to get somewhere, we would step out of the way. We did that several times. But with this individual, like I said, he had a clear motive. Whenever you go back and you rev your engine and then gas it towards the crowd.
Not only once, but multiple times. He didn't just do it once. He did it multiple times. He did a full circle and came back. It was intentional.
And then the other thing I want to ask, so was that progress that Virginia Beach Police did meet?
We still have not heard back from those chiefs or the higher ups. So until that conversation is had, we cannot speak on that.
But I mean, did that? Well, I think it's not. I actually don't need to ask you. You expressed on Facebook Live you were pleased with that.
Yes.
Did you expect that? Was that surprising?
Well, I'm clear with exactly what you're speaking.
When they knelt down, I was there at 17th or 16th and Atlantic Avenue. When the cops.
That was like I said. That was the intention, and like I said, we were literally. When I tell you, literally, we had just told everybody, "Hey, we about to take a knee real quick," and then we're going to head out. Literally, no more than 30 seconds to 1 minute after we said that. That's when the SWAT and everything started approaching us. So at that point, it was pretty much all bets were off. They were no longer intending on doing that.
So you feel if it would have just ended with the kneeling, it would have ended?
Yes,
I do.
Because after that, we felt hoodwinked. We had literally put the message out, and I had even asked for a bullhorn to make the announcement.
And he said, I can't do this. But one thing the chief said is, he said, I can't make them kneel, but I'll ask them. So we thought that we were about to have an ask, and instead of that, they began fixing their riot gear, fixing their knee pads, fixing their bulletproof vests. So yeah, we were hoodwinked. That's why people were angry.
So you want to hear from you? Would you meet with interim chief Zucchero?
Well, not only that, we should basically meet with all the city's chiefs. Because when it comes down to it, that's what it's all about.
It's about all of the cities.
It's about all the cities. All the cities.
Justice everywhere. It's not just justice for Norfolk,
I
justice for Hampton.
understand. I was just...
Yeah, about all the cities.
Yeah.
All of them need to
That's
be able to say, let me
I think,
ultimate goal.
come to us, meet with us, have a sit down with us, talk to us. Like,
that's what it's all about.
Let's have real conversation. Like, let's just stop this. Okay, if we want change, so how do we bring change? By conversation. By conversation. We have to have conversations. If you don't want to hear what we have to say, then you're not going to understand our pain and the message that we're trying to send. You're going to assume.
Excuse me, let me say something. All they have to do is meet us on our sacred ground. This is where our ancestors started at. This is our burial ground for our ancestors. That's why we brought it back here. We come in peace. All we asking for, number one, 4 cops to be convicted. Number 2, for the chiefs of police to say, all 7 cities to say, nothing but that training that was conducted there was wrong. That no police in the 7 cities will put their knee on nobody. That's all we asking for.
That none of them will shoot anybody in the back.
In the back.
Nobody will shoot anybody with their hands raised. Nobody will shoot anybody unarmed.
We want justice. We want peace. We don't want to live like this, but if we have to, we will. We don't want to live like this. No one wants to do this every day. I don't want to have bruises on my legs. I don't want to have my voice going like this. But I will do this because I'm dedicated to fighting for my people.
Our ancestors had it way harder. They had dogs sicked on them. They got sprayed with hoses. This is a cakewalk for us compared to what they did. This is the least.
I can do this all day.
This is the least we owe them. The very least we owe them.
I can do this all day, every day.
This is for our ancestors. We paid enough. They paid enough.
I'm my ancestors' wildest dream.
1619.
Everyone good? Good?
Thank you all three. Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. Thank you, folks.
No, thank you.
Thanks for covering the story.
And also, don't cut it up and make it like we the bad guys either, boy. You know,
I don't twist words around.
I'm saying.